Alright, time to do another Yu-Gi-Oh's monster ranking. This time on the Dark Signer's main aces that are not the Earthbound Immortals or Earthbound Gods, the Dark Synchros. So like usual, I'm going to be ranking them based on anime appearances on their designs and not by their effects, because if it's by effects, we know who would win usually, and those are always opinions anyway. And even ranking by design is also based on opinion, because I'm just ranking them on how cool they look. So you can always have your own opinion on this. But anyway, before we begin, the Dark Synchro concept was actually pretty interesting considering that in the anime they're considered negative level monsters. The cards in fact in the anime look very similar to XYZs. The stars are on the opposite side. Kinda wish they actually designed them that way in real life. It would have been a little more interesting, especially with the high level tuners to make the negative monster. But anyway, let's begin with the 7 candidates that showed up in the anime. On the bottom of my list, which is number 7, Dark Flat Top. It's basically just a spaceship carrier that can launch your reactors basically. It doesn't look that amazing, and this is why this is the bottom of my list. For number 7, Underground Arachnid. Design wise, it looks pretty creepy, but I'm not a really big of a bug person. Arachnids are not too bad in design actually. I like the dark theme of its look, the creepiness too in a way. Almost like a bug queen, but definitely not a bug queen. Probably would have been cooler if it was a bug queen. But something I kinda do like is in the spider portion, it does look a bit like Earthbound Immortal Uru. I kinda like that part, especially the creepiness of it. Number 5, it's Ape Man the Ape King. Design wise, it looks pretty cool. It doesn't look like a dark synchro type monster, but I do like the design overall, especially the clothing. The clothing with the cape definitely makes it look like a king. I kinda like the crown a bit and added staff right there. Makes him look like an ape ruler. Although, monkeys aren't my thing either. In a way, it kinda reminds me of the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. Number 4, Frozen Fitzgerald. An ice-themed monster that looks like a popsicle, but actually looks a little menacing. Basically a bit like DDD Armageddon in a way, but this is the original one, so I can't exactly say that. I really like the ice spiked, but the fact that it has no arms looks a little weird, but a bit really wizard-like too, because it looks like it has an ice cloak. Not sure if I can consider those arms wings or not. It just looks a little weird, and the asymmetrical shape of the frozen ice actually makes it look a little bit menacing as well. So I would say cooler than the other Dark Synchros. Number 3, Dark Diviner. It looks like a death bolt man, and it does look like a death person as well. Just looks pretty cool. I like the staff design. I like the cloak design too. Just reminds me of death a lot. In many ways, it looks like a spirit from the underworld, which actually really makes sense here. At most, I don't exactly like the red color scheme on the top, but other than that, I actually really like this design. It kind of looks pretty evil and menacing. And now to number 2, it's Moon Dragon Quila. Design-wise, I really like the blue aesthetic, especially the moon in the middle. In many ways, it reminds me of a Hydra, although I think this could probably be a more of Hydra dragon looking design than anything, than basically 4 dragon hits in all 4 directions, because that's basically the concept of this one, north, south, east, west. But overall, I actually kind of like the color aesthetic of Moon Dragon Quila. The moon design in the middle looks pretty creepy, I must admit, and also the head design. I kind of like those as well. In many ways, I kind of like this equally as Dark Diviner. Dark Diviner's creepiness looks much more menacing in some ways, but I also like this design too because color aesthetic. So I would say probably equal, but this one will probably be a little more just because it's a dragon. Number 1, 100-Eye Dragon. The creepiness of this dragon just looks cool. Looks ugly too, but I have to admit I love the ugliness of this dragon, that it actually looks cool, especially because of the 100 eyes. In a way, it reminds me of Gandora. And I get the idea too, the all-seeing dragon that can take abilities from others. I really love this dragon's design in a certain way. And in many ways, I will have to say this is the coolest of the Dark Synchro designs. Not only is this dragon, because I'm a sucker for dragons, the creepiness and the ugliness of the dragon actually looks really awesome. So ugly in fact that I would actually just put this at number 1 because I just think it looks more menacing from it. So that's it for this rankings of the Dark Synchros. What do you guys think of it? How would you rank them? And remember, this is all based on my opinion, so go ahead and tell me yours. And what do you guys think about the Dark Synchro concept overall? In the anime, which I wish they did in real life as well, I really like the concept of the negative level here with the Dark Synchros. Wish that they did more with it, but it's only a Dark Signer theme, so I guess I get why, especially it will make complex in real life. But the idea of subtracting level or making it into negative level monsters by using high level tuners, I kinda like the idea. instead of the real life route where they just basically make dark attributed tuner monsters. I really wish that they just make them as high levels and then minus levels right there to make negative monsters. I think that would have been a cooler concept. Sure, they will be harder to summon, but I just think it would have been cooler this way. And who knows, maybe this could be another summoning mechanic that could be done if they make anything new. But in that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.